Welcome beta to the e-learning platform of Kari Sarva Vishwavidyalaya. Okay, today we are going to start with the next sum of the valuation of goodwill chapter. Okay, fine. Yeah, let us start with what is the chapter we are learning with? Valuation of goodwill, and which method we are following? Super profit method. Yes. Before we could start with our sum, let me revise the steps which we have to follow for this. Okay. So, step number 1, capital employed. Step number 2, expected profit. 3, average profit. Step number 4, super profit. And the last step, goodwill. Okay, let us start with step number 1, that is calculation of the capital employed. Capital employed is equal to total assets minus total liabilities. Okay, fine. You have been provided with the big balance sheet over here. Now, to calculate the total assets, we have to follow the asset side of our balance sheet. We will follow the sequence of our asset side balance sheet as it is within specified. Okay, the very first asset which is there with us is the land and building. Okay, now you must have seen the land and building is there at rupees 2,30,000, and the instruction number 1 specifies that the market value of the land and building is rupees 3,42,500, and that is why we will consider the market value itself, that is of rupees 3,42,500. The next asset, machinery, rupees 4,40,000. Investments against provident fund. Now, if you can have the look at your balance sheet, you have two investments specified over there. One is there into the provident fund, and the another one is there for the 12% debentures. Yeah. Okay, the investment into the 12% debenture is the non-trading investment which will never form the part of the capital employed while calculating the goodwill. Yes, because the investments are not related to the business, it will not be considered over here. Only investments against the provident fund, rupees 45,000 we will consider. Next we have the stock, rupees 2,30,000, bills receivable 50,000, debtors 2,70,000, cash in bank 24,000, prepaid expenses rupees 7,000. Okay, now at last you have been provided with the preliminary expenses. Preliminary expenses are the fictitious assets, and that is why it will never form the part of the capital employed. And that is how we have finished up with the asset side of the liability side. Okay, now let us take the total of this. You will get 14,80,500 as the total asset. We will name it as A. Okay, now let us start with the total liabilities. For this, we will take into hand the liability side of our balance sheet, and we will start from the bottom. Okay, at the last we have the outstanding expenses of rupees 5,000. Provident fund we have been provided with rupees 45,000, which is our liability. Bills payable rupees 16,000. Creditors are 1,70,000. 12% debentures at rupees 2,80,000. One more thing which has been given to you is the profit of the year. Yes, you have been given that the profit of the current year is rupees 2,40,000, and which is prior to the taxation liability at the rate of 50%. It is our moral responsibility to pay the tax, and that is why provision for tax 2,40,000 into 50%, you will get 1,20,000 as your liability. If you can take the total of this, you will get the total liabilities of 6,36,000. Okay, now we have A with us 14,08,500, that is our total assets. Total liabilities we have B, that is 6,36,000. If you can deduct this, you will get 7,72,500, A minus B. Okay, apart from that, you have been given the preference capital of 10% rupees 2,50,000, which is again a external obligation which needs to be paid by the company, and that is why we will deduct 2,50,000 over here from our net assets 7,72,500. If you can do this, finally now you are getting your capital employed at rupees 5,22,500, and here we are completing our step number 1, capital employed. Okay. Now step number 2 we are starting with. Here is our expected profit. How will you calculate? Capital employed into expected rate of return. Okay, capital employed we have calculated in our step number 1, 5,22,500 into expected return, rate of return, which is there in your sum. Instruction number 3, 12%. So if you can calculate this, you will get the expected profit of rupees 62,700, and here we are completing with our step number 2. Step number 3 is calculation of the average profit. We have been instructed over here to go with the weighted average profit method, and that too for how many years? 4 years. If you can check out with your instruction, the last instruction of your sum, you will get that there are only 3 years profit are been given. The profit for 2016, 17 and 18. Where is the 4th year? The 4th year is 2019, and that is there in your balance sheet itself. Okay. So we will write down. How will you start with the calculation of your weighted average profit over here? Year, profit, weights and weighted profit. Year 1, 2, 3, 4. Which year? 2016, 17, 18 and 19. The profits are there with us: 1,80,000, 1,90,000, 2,10,000 and 2,40,000. Okay. Now the weights: 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Fine. Now, how will you go for ahead? Weighted profit. Profit multiplied by weights. 1,80,000 into 1, 1,80,000, 1,90,000 into 2, 3,80,000, 2,10,000 into 3, 6,30,000, 2,40,000 into 4, 9,60,000. If you can take the total of this 4, you will get the total weighted profit of 21,50,000, and the total weights 10. Now, weighted average profit is equal to total weighted profit divided by total weights. Both the things are there with us. 21,50,000 divided by 10, which we have already calculated right away. Yes, so now you have the weighted profit. How much? 22,15,000. Okay, now that is not done with our step number 3. There are certain instructions which needs to be taken into consideration. Which are those? Number 1, the interest on non-trading investment. Now beta, if the non-trading investments are not to be considered for the calculation of capital employed, how can you take into consideration the interest on non-trading investment? No, you will not. Yes, so that is why where you have to deduct the interest which you have earned from the non-trading investment. Okay. Next, your obligation is payment of tax, and that too at the rate of 50%, and the last one, preference dividend at the rate of 10%. These 3 things you have to take into consideration while you calculate your average profit. Okay. Now, how will you go ahead with? Okay, fine. Now, what we have calculated in our weighted average profit, our weighted average profit is 2,15,000. Interest on non-trading investment, where are these? These are there at the asset side of your balance sheet. 12% debenture of rupees 80,000 you have been provided with. So, 80,000 into 12%, if you can calculate, you will get the interest on the non-trading investment. Because these are not your trading profit, we are deducting from here. Okay, so 9,600 if we are deducting from 2,15,000, you will get 2,05,400. Okay, that is profit after interest. Now the tax liability at the rate of 50%, 2,05,400 into 50%, you will get the tax liability of 1,02,700. If you can deduct this, you will get profit after tax, which you will get profit after tax. How much? 1,02,700. Now the last obligation is payment of preference dividend. It is again there in your balance sheet. 10% preference dividend of rupees 2,50,000. So 2,50,000 into 10% dividend, you have to make the payment 25,000. If you can deduct this from your profit after tax, you will get now the average profit of rupees 77,700. Okay, here we are completing with our step number 3. Now the step number 4, that is calculation of the super profit. Yes, super profit is equal to average profit minus expected profit. The expected profit we have already calculated it in our step number 2, and average profit is an outcome of our step number 3. So 77,700 is our average profit. Our expected profit is 62,700. You are getting the super profit of rupees 15,000 over here. Here we have completed with our step number 4, super profit. Now the last step which we have to calculate is the calculation of goodwill. How will you calculate? Goodwill is equal to super profit into number of years of purchase. At the initial stage itself, we have been provided that the goodwill is to be calculated at 4 years purchase. Yes, and that is why super profit rupees 15,000 into 4 years of purchase, you will get the super profit, you will get the goodwill of rupees 60,000 over here. So finally, what is the outcome of our step number 5? Goodwill rupees 60,000. Thank you.